And I'm going live, I believe, on YouTube and Facebook. And I want to talk to you about the President of the United States on all these fires here in the West could write an executive order under national security under the John McCain Defense Authorization Act under critical minerals. That would include materials. That means the let it burn policy of 1995 for some called supposed agreement that they would let it burn in the height of fire season is insanity. So he can order that suspended or revoked. And he could order these agencies to put the fires out. Secondly, he can direct them through an executive order in a state of emergency in the economic well-being of the nation. He can order them to let the miners open up their mining claims and open up critical strategic mineral supplies and infrastructure, and they can get out of the way. Secondly, they could open up logging sales. They can direct all this. This would all be enforced by the Department of Defense under national security. There are several different executive orders and laws that I could go through, but you can look those up yourself. You can look up U.S. title laws on the mining law. That's one that applies. You have to read all these in para all together, so it would take you a long time to read all that material. But basically what I like you to do is ask President Trump to go ahead and write him on WhiteHouse.gov or send him a postcard to the White House. A postcard works better. It gets to him. It's less of a security problem. And request that he declare a state of emergency in this case and direct these fire department agencies to be monitored by the DoD for investigation of breach of their fiduciary duty to follow this directive. And it could be punishable by military tribunals. And that would go for anybody interfering in it, including federal judges. And they could be tried by a military tribunal very easily. And there's a case precedent for that. Because it could be considered sabotage. And it could be as well for economic well-being of the nation. So I would ask people to get a hold of their congressmen as well and their senators and tell them about the crimes that these agencies are doing by their policy. It needs to go away. But right now, Trump could just easily suspend the 1995 Policy Fire Act or whatever policy supposed collective agreement. It's invalid because you don't let fires burn in the height of fire season and call it a prescribed burn because it's started by lightning. That's not right. And secondly, you need to quit interfering with ranchers and loggers. This is a matter of national security and economic well-being. These three things what will feed the stock of the United States for its ultimate growth is an economic powerhouse if these agencies got out of the way. And I would appreciate that this happened, and I would appreciate that we do that. And this would be a campaign. Secondly, if there's anybody that can help, I'm looking for a sponsor to upgrade on Spreaker Studios or speakers.com so that I can upgrade, so that I can get more bandwidth for more time. They let me go 15 minutes at a whack here, but then I would be able to share an ad revenue, and I'd be able to have ads. And this could come to you more easily, because in time I could build a studio. Right now I'm doing this from a mobile phone, not connected to Wi-Fi. It would make it easier if I did that. I would love some help on doing that. So, what we need to do is we need to have a campaign for the constitutional law and the abrogation of administrative rules, and just go back to constitutional law and the rule of law and the enforcement of the Constitution by bringing these agencies to heel. And any nonprofit, corporation, or non-governmental agency that interferes in this, well, maybe we should then prosecute them under national security, like Earth First that comes out and protest. Any protests that show up, they get military tribunals, and it would be the Defense Department to prosecute them, with military JAG officers prosecuting them. And, of course, they can have a JAG attorney. You can be a citizen and be prosecuted under this law because you're interfering with a national security issue, especially with the Locatable Minerals Act of 1872, which is really a trust, is really a grant. And those lands have already been disposed of in a trust for the American citizen to come by and file on them. So I would say that we need to do that. And I'm at 6 minutes and 35 seconds. I'm going to sign off now. And as I get better at this, I will then do them longer. I am learning how to do this, and I hope this works. And my name is David Dwayne Everist, also known as Miner Dave. And this is the Miner Dave Report. If anybody's interested in becoming my sponsor, that would be great. And I'd really appreciate it. And thank you and have a good day.